Well, hello there. We have all gathered here today for a brief story time. Once upon a time, there was a girl who was creative all of the time. She made things whenever she wanted, however she wanted, and then she grew up a little and that died away. And all of a sudden, what was once such a creative person, such a happy little gal, became a cog in the corporate America system, where creativity was only good when there was time, when it was for other people, or out of necessity. Can you guess who the story is about? Me. Well, because of that, I've decided to start The Artist's Way. It's a book by author Julia Cameron, and it is a program that takes you through 12 weeks of different exercises and prompts and journaling that help you rediscover your inner artist and creative spirituality, essentially. And I won't get too much into the book itself because there's a million other videos already on YouTube about it, but I'm gonna take you on the journey with me of my experience with it. So far, I've read the first 2 chapters. There's like an introduction, and then it talks about the tools that you use. And 2 of the tools that are throughout the whole program are the morning pages and the artist date. Morning pages are handwritten, long form, 3 pages of journaling of just stream of consciousness on the page every morning. And I don't know if I will do this in the morning every day, but I will make sure to do pages every day. And then the artist date is a once a week date that you take yourself on. No one else is invited, but it's to feed that inner artist in you and that inner child. So those are the basic tools. I got those started this week. And then today I'm going to read the first week chapter and figure out what the different exercises are in those. So I got a couple of things to do, and then I'm gonna get started on week 1. It's very early, but I'm gonna start morning pages. This needs to be It's 5:36 and I haven't even finished a whole page. Okay, so my camera died twice. That's fine because after the morning pages, all I did was get ready and go to work. So I started reading week 1 yesterday, and I didn't really do any of the tasks listed at the end of the chapter, so she lists out like the tasks to do as exercises for that week. She says you don't have to do all of them, just really do the ones that really excite you or maybe that you have the most resistance to. But there was one exercise in the reading that I did that was outside of the listed tasks, and essentially she just had me or the reader, whoever, write down an affirming statement like, I am a proficient and prolific painter, poet, whatever you are. I used artist, and she instructed you as you're writing that, if there's any negative thoughts that arise in your head as you're writing that statement, to write those negative comments down as you're doing it, and to write the affirming statement 10 times. And I will tell you that for every time I wrote that affirming statement, I had probably at least 2 negative thoughts come to mind and then go on the page. And then after, what she has you do is take those negative comments, she calls them blurts or something like that, and turn them into positive affirmations. So one thing that I had wrote was, I don't make the creations that come to mind. And then you spin that to say, I create everything at the right time, or something like that. So I thought that that was really cool to apply outside of just the artist way as well. I have generalized anxiety disorders, so it had me thinking of like, when can I catch these negative thoughts all throughout my day, all throughout life, and then try to change them to be more affirming or be more positive and get me out of those ruts sometimes. And I do know that positive affirmations can be difficult if you don't truly believe them, but something that I've heard people do as well is say, I don't identify with that to the negative statement, which I've been trying to do, but I do like the idea of kind of stepping back, noticing the comments for what they are, just negative, untrue, over-exaggerated statements, and flipping them on their head and using them to be more positive. So that's where I'm at with week 1, and this whole week is really about addressing those internalized fears and barriers to being creative. And so I'm gonna keep doing the exercises throughout the week, keep doing the morning pages. I might have to wake up even earlier for those. And then I think towards the end of the week is when I'm gonna do my artist date. So I'll see you tomorrow. It is 5:12. Yep. Onward. Do you guys like my eclipse shirt? Nice. My hands hurt a little less today. Hello. It's Thursday. It's obviously not morning. And I'm about 6 days in. I did not do my morning pages in the morning. I actually thought that I would go to work early, get that out of the way, and get out early. And then I got in my car and my check engine light was on. So that kind of threw off the whole day. But while I was waiting to get picked up at the mechanic's office, I did start my pages. Originally I thought, hey, let me do those after work to kind of help work through my functional freeze that I usually go through. So we're gonna do, this is page 2. We're gonna do the last page in 2/3, and we're gonna move on with life after that. Celebrate. Celebrate. handwriting gets so bad towards the end of those 3 pages. I feel like all I've been doing is journaling in front of this camera, but that's really all that chapter 1, week 1 has required me to do. I've been doing all the morning pages. That's what a lot of this has been. Bella, he's coming back. He's coming back. Go lay down and relax. Go lay down and relax. Go to your bed. Bella, go to your bed. Anyway, I feel like pretty much all you guys have been seeing is me journaling, which is really all that it's been between the week 1 exercises and the morning pages. I've really been focusing on the morning pages, and that's what you've been seeing a lot of. I have done 2 of the exercises, but there are still more for me to do before the end of week 1 is over in a couple of days. But I plan on doing some laundry right now, so let's tune back in tomorrow. We just arrived at the park. I plan to do a hike today. It is finally Artist Date Day, so I'm going to get my boots on. I'm gonna bring my journal in case I want to do the pages somewhere along the walk if I find a nice little seat. It is currently 70 degrees in Michigan in March, and I'm going to enjoy global climate change today. I do think that I found my journaling spot. It's this log right here next to this frozen marsh. And I would say typically I wouldn't even be able to take a pit stop near a frozen marsh like this because it's always so infested with mosquitoes. But since it's still pretty much winter, not a mosquito in sight. So I'm gonna put my butt on that log and do my pages. I really hope that doesn't fall. Some of you might be wondering, Killian, why are you hiking? It's not very beautiful out. Everything's dead. And it is. But the beauty of this, compared to freezing my ass off or hiding in the house from the winter, can't beat it. Hello from my car. Dory. We are sitting at the beach right now. And it is officially the end of week 1. So, it was actually really windy today, and I was near the beach, and I thought, let me go see some waves. So we're going to check out some waves, and then we are going to talk about week 1. It was quite chilly out there. I'm not sure why there was giant mounds of excavated dirt at the shore. I can't explain that one, but I'm gonna look it up later. But anyway, back to week 1. So I don't think that I can say yet that there has been this profound rebirth of my creative self in this book. Again, I'm week 1 out of 12, so maybe it'll happen. But what I will say is that with the artist date, with the morning pages, with the exercises that get you kind of thinking about things that maybe you ignore or don't really process. It does force you, if you commit to the program, to show up for yourself, and maybe that's not universal across all experiences with this book, but one of my problems is that I don't show up for myself in my artistic endeavors, or show up to even start them a lot of the time. So I do feel a shift in how I am just showing up for myself generally and kind of reconnecting with the person I am. Like even this beach trip, probably 2 weeks ago, I would have said, you know what, I'm just not going to take the time to go out there. I'm going to go home and I'm going to just get on with my evening. But I've kind of felt that spark of inquiry, exploration, inspiration come back. And so for that, I would say that it's at least doing something. But if you want to know how it turns out, tune in next week to see week 2. Bye.